On the bench today is a long-term project. It's a KLH Model 27. According to Hi-Fi Engine, these were manufactured between 1968 and 1970. 30 watts per channel. AM/FM receiver, volume balance, bass, treble controls, mono, contour, MX filter, scratch filter, tape monitor, speakers off, external speakers on, auxiliary AM/FM, and phono. So this will be shot in several parts, assuming it's a salvageable piece of equipment. My plan right now is to initially repair it and then restore it, and I'll kind of explain that as I go through the video. But today I wanted to do the initial eval, open it up, kind of see what's going on. There is something rolling around in there, so if I twist it, turn it, right, there's something rolling around, a screw or something in there. I do notice it looks like a bulb is either pushed through here, right, or isn't. Maybe it's missing because there's a little bulb there, like a little plastic piece of the bulb. So anyway, I'm going to move the camera up top and we're going to start going through this and looking at it. So first thing I want to do is kind of resolve this issue back here. So this is a plate. This is a plate. Let me show you what this is. It's a plate that kind of sits in behind this little cover here for the AM antenna. And then it also provides access to the fuses. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to leave that off because I want to check the status of these fuses, see what's going on with these, and then I'm going to open it up. That one looks good. That one looks good. And that one looks good, but I don't trust that, so I'm going to pull out my fluke just to make sure these actually do test good. That's good. That's good. That's good. So the fuses appear to be okay. But I would say that I suspect there's an issue with this because someone had this back panel removed. So maybe someone had suspected the fuses, didn't quite know how to put that cover back on. Oh, that doesn't want to cooperate at all. There we go. And the third fuse is going in now, so I'll remove this cover if I need to access those again. Could be that someone was testing. Oh, I bet the other end, that's whatever's rolling around in there, I bet it's the screw for the other end of this post. I bet that is what's rolling around in there. So I wonder if someone was trying to gain access. You probably heard that rolling around there to these outputs to test them or something. Yeah. So let's first see if I can track down that screw and put this thing back together. I'll speed through opening this bottom plate up. Bottom cover's removed. I'm actually testing a unit, so you may hear some loud pops that are going to scare the crap out of me. But I'm testing a video that's coming up with a Yamaha that's making a popping noise. And I was trying to get it to pop, and it just popped, scared the crap out of me. So we may hear that pop. I'm trying to determine if the pop is both channels or one channel. But anyway, I'll talk more about that when I shoot that video. So here's the inside bottom. Just gonna give this a quick look. Super clean, like super clean. Looks like it's a cap coupled receiver. I have to verify that, but it looks like it is to me. Man, these are nice. Ooh, this is clean. Hopefully I don't have to do too much of this. Now, I bought this as a potential restoration, like recap project. And it doesn't look like it would be too horrible. Looks like all these wires just pull out with jumpers. Or they're sitting on jumpers. Looks like I can just remove them by pulling them, maybe? Maybe not. So I opened the bottom because I wanted to see if I could find that screw that's rolling around. So let's... Still floating around in there. Let's see if I can get it to fall out of here. Oh, and I'm in luck. And I bet that goes on the end of... Yep. So good. I have ID'd the source of that noise. I'm going to put the bottom back on. And I will speed through that. Because I want to flip this over on the top, take the top off, do a visual inspection, and then fire it up on the dim bulb tester and see what happens. Whoops, forgot to film that. I just put the bottom back on and unscrewed the top, which I guess isn't that important. I include, you know, me removing parts because I like to watch those in videos. If I get comments where it's like, you need to stop doing that, then I'll stop doing it. But I kind of like that when I'm watching videos. Removing this top. What that looks like. Oh, some clips in the back. Knob fell off. We'll address that. Looks like I forgot to remove some clips in the back. Some brackets holding the sides in position in their place. And this top is one section, it looks like, and there are screws that need to be removed, a whole bunch of them. So let's speed this portion up so you don't have to watch this. Here's the top, pretty dusty. So I'll blow this out with my compressor at some point. I don't want to go real crazy. I just want to look to see if there's anything that jumps out. Anything burned up, out of place. Disconnected. Nothing nothing jumping out at me. Corrosion, corrosion, but all right, so what I want to do next is put this post back in, and I see the opening back here. Ooh, it looks like that post. I want to make sure this post is in the right position here. Yep. This post actually also holds a little tiny board back here. And some wires going to it. I have to figure out what that's going to. And the wires are intact. I just don't know what purpose this serves. There we go. Alright, so that post is back into position. I don't have any metal touching anything else that it shouldn't be touching. Or wires. I'm going to put this cover back on. So this thing is no longer flopping around back here. There's only a schematic available for this on Hi-Fi Engine as of today. So we'll see how far we can get without a service manual. Although with this being cap coupled, there's no DC offset adjustments. There may be a center bias adjustment or something like that, but I have to see what that schematic looks like. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is fairly comfortable. This looks like it's in okay shape. So I'm going to connect my test speakers, but I'm going to keep the speaker switch turned off. Oops, that was my dummy load, not my speakers. And this thing smells like a musty basement, which unfortunately is pretty common. Oh, you know what? I don't have these properly connected. This should be the main. There are main and external speaker jacks, and I just had it connected to the wrong one. And this speaker wires just about had it. I'm using some old Sony bookshelf stereo system 6 ohm speakers here. And the speakers are so thin that I have to create these leads using thicker speaker wire, because otherwise I'd be trimming these all the time because it just breaks off. So I've got it set to FM in the front. The volume and the power switch are the same. Balance in the middle, bass in the middle, treble in the middle. Speakers are off. Everything else is off. Pull the dim bulb tester over so you can see it. I'm going to put a smaller wattage bulb. This is a 200 watt bulb. So I'm going to put a, I have a 75 over here somewhere. Yeah, 75. See what it does with this. this in. Alright, fire in the hole. Flash. Speakers are on now. Getting no sound. Can't tell if I'm getting lights on the front or not. It looks like I do have lights. It looks like there is a light here. They just may be pushed back. The tuning indicator is moving on FM or on AM, but not FM. Still no sound through the speakers. Oh, add-on speakers off. Let's try this again. Okay, so that should be a good AM station right there. And nothing. No sound at all. So I'm going to run this through auxiliary. Turn on my bench iPhone here. If you do this kind of thing, recommend you have, like if you have an old iPhone or Android phone, I keep like an RPM app, Spotify on here, right? I can take pics if I need it, but I just kind of keep this handy for things like this. Auxiliary. And I get pretty good reception on stations. I can connect an FM antenna just for the heck of it. See if that changes anything. You know, before I do that though, there was a switch on the back here that I kind of just glanced right over. Let me see what this switch under this plate says. Make sure that I shouldn't have something either turned off or turned on back here. Oh, it's auxiliary gain, phono gain. Yeah, just auxiliary and phono gain. So. Put on Spotify, turn this on. This is on auxiliary. I'm just playing some random song. sure this is turned up. Nothing. No sound at all. So one last test before I stop recording this initial eval. I do want to pop in some headphones, see if I get any sound. Nothing on auxiliary. Nothing on FM or AM. Nothing on FM. Although it looks like it's tuning in FM stations now. So you know, I think before I kind of button this up and call this initial eval video good, I'm going to clean the switches and pots on here. Just to make sure I don't have like a dirty switch or something preventing noise, like a tape monitor switch or something. So I'll speed through that though. These switches are sealed. I thought I might be able to get a little bit of contact cleaner in there, but let me also make sure that these were connected to the primary speakers. Let's try the external speakers. Or extra speakers, maybe. Maybe they're extra. I don't know. No, still no noise at all. All I hear is a pop when that, a little tiny pop when that speaker button's pushed in. That's it. Just since they're accessible, I'm going to do just one little bit of poking and prodding. Make sure this is grounded. Just want to hit these output transistors, just measure if there's anything. No, there's 48 volts. 4812. Interesting. Nothing. There I've got 24. 24, 48, 24, 13, 48, 12, half a volt, crazy town, 12 volts. Now, one thing I didn't check for was voltage on the outputs, or on the speaker terminals. Since this is cap coupled, I shouldn't have any, but I should probably check that just to see. So the speakers are on. Yeah, I'm getting 0.700 millivolts on that channel, and that's the left channel. And on the right channel, yeah, I'm getting half a volt. So I do have DC on the a good thing it wasn't more than that. All right, so we've got some work cut out for this one. So what my plan with this today was just to kind of do this initial eval. Those outputs are hot. That is hot right there. That's pretty hot right there. So what I wanted to do is just an initial eval, kind of get a baseline on the operational status on this receiver, and then kind of in between other projects I'll pick this up and it'll be a work in progress. And I've got to do a little bit more homework on getting the schematic out on this and figuring out what's going on with this KLH Model 27. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. There will be more to come on this. May take a while to get another video posted, but yeah, I like this. I think it's a cool little unit. We'll get it working. All right, if you like what you see, hit like, hit subscribe, and I will catch you next time.